and gentlemen, Happy New Year as we are back here with some Monday Night Raw. Day 1 Raw. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into the Undisputed Warrior for some wrestling action. Happy New Year's to you and your family. We are live here in your house, live from Detroit, Michigan, in the Little Caesars Arena here in downtown Detroit. And we have a stacked night of action for you guys here tonight. In the main event, we have Adam Pearce has had enough of the Bloodlines actions. What they did last week, the weeks prior, he is fed up with. And tonight, the main event, we will see the Raw Tag Team titles defended. The Usos will take on their long arch nemesis and rivals, the Street Profits, in a main event here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up right now for the King of the Ring tournament, it will be LA Knight taking on John Cena. But if you see right there, it is also for the United States Championship, as John Cena is taking his United States Open Challenge into the King of the Ring tournament, and that match is coming to right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
Kicking off the new year with a bang, the forever fan favorite LA Knight is entered the Little Caesars Arena looking to win not only the opportunity to advance to the King of the Ring tournament, to fight for the opportunity to become a world heavyweight champion, will be the first here in his WWE career, but also the chance to win his first title in winning the United States Championship against the legendary, the one and only big match, John Cena. And LA Knight's been hunting for this United States title all year long. It started with rivalry between him and Austin Theory, who carried that title. Austin Theory disrespecting LA Knight, avoiding LA Knight, snaking him, trying to dodge LA Knight. And then LA Knight would finally get his hands on Austin Theory at WrestleMania in night 1. But thanks to the attack from Grayson Waller, he would cost LA Knight that United States Championship. When LA Knight was in trouble about to be attacked by Austin Theory, this man, John Cena, stepped up to the plate and helped a wounded LA Knight from being assaulted. Furthermore, would challenge Austin Theory at night 2 WrestleMania and has won the United. And then, as you can see, been the United States champion since then, has been putting that on the line in bi-weekly United States Open Challenge runs. When he qualified for the King of the Ring tournament, he said he wants to help the new era. He knows his last days are counting down. He doesn't know if it's this year or next year will be his last time being not just a full-time competitor, but just a WWE competitor in general. John Cena is looking that he knows the retirement is in the mirror. It's closing in, and he says as long as he has a United States title, he's going to fight until someone takes it from him. But he wants to give the opportunity to the new generation, the people that have come after him, to give the opportunity to take and beat the great one, John Cena. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is great to be back here for you at home. I hope you and your families and loved ones is having a great New Year's Day to start off. And we thank you for tuning in for some wrestling action.
From Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight. And his opponent from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, the greatest of all time, John Cena!
You heard it right there from Mike Rome, the greatest of all time, Mount Rushmore of the WWE, hell, of all of professional wrestling, John Cena. You let me know in the comment section below, are you a John Cena guy? Do you have him as the greatest of all time, or do you have other guys like the likes of Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker? Many wrestlers you can put on Mount Rushmores of not just WWE, but professional wrestling. Where do you rank John Cena? Let me know in the comment section below. But ladies and gentlemen, there's no more time to talk, because here we go. And out the gates, LA Knight went for a drop kick, and John Cena showing off his athletic ability, even at his age of, 45 years old, out here dodging those bullets, and now rolling up LA Knight for a quick kick out. LA Knight, respect John Cena's career. John Cena having a lot of respect for LA Knight, how he goes about his business, his fights, and that's he said he is glad that LA Knight gets an opportunity to compete for the United States Championship, because he said he deserves it, because he was screwed out of the way by Austin Theory months ago. But right now, John Cena, as much as he respects him, he's happy for him, he's gotta compete. He can't just hand wins away. You see John Cena take it to LA Knight, but LA Knight right there, perfectly jumping snapmare neck breaker right there to the 16-time world champion in John Cena. John Cena's done everything in his business, but one thing he has yet to do is become an intercontinental champion. On a clothesline right there by LA Knight. Yet to win an intercontinental championship. I've asked John Cena in the past, do you care about winning an intercontinental championship? He said it would be nice, it would be great to add that to the resume, and completely done everything. But he says if he doesn't get the opportunity, it's okay. He said it's time to pass the torch to other futures like LA Knight. He says even Austin Theory, Dominic Mysterio's, guys like Gunther, the current Intercontinental Champ, he said it's theirs. So if I get an opportunity, lovely. If not, so be it. I'm proud to be United States Champion and looking to possibly become a 17-time World Champion. Those are the words for John Cena in regards to being a Intercontinental Champion. But right now he's looking to defend his United States Championship. But right now in some deep waters, as, oh my God, LA Knight using the ropes, some environmental offense right there to snap the neck back of John Cena. That will help you in a quick way. And then a drop kick right there, excellently executed. Ooh, tongue twister right there by LA Knight, as LA Knight going up top. Oh my God. With that hammer fist drop down from the top rope, and now dropping down the elbow off vert as the referee Charles Robinson begins to count now at 2. John Cena's laid out. Look at John Cena's not moved. LA Knight could win this match by count out, but would not win the United States Championship. So he would win in advance, but he would not be United States Champion. The referee count of 5, and LA Knight comes out to break it up. But I think John Cena, yes, was already entering the ring, so I don't know what LA Knight was doing. Now John Cena playing a little cat and mouse game, but got caught by LA Knight. Shoulder checked him onto the ringside floor here. In this capacity crowd of 35,000 here in Detroit, Michigan. Glad to be here on day 1 Raw. The returning episode of Raw, as we are on the road to the next PLE. We still don't have confirmation which that would be, but we are on the road there. Whether it be SummerSlam, WrestlePalooza, or something else, we don't know yet. But we are back here. We are trying to get everything ready for the next PLE. A lot of interesting matchups and storylines happening right now. Here's an interesting storyline right here. LA Knight right there with a rib breaker and count of 6. Referee Charles Robinson counting it. These two need to get back in the ring, especially LA Knight, who's kind of, I won't use the word dominating, but has had his way here with John Cena, looking to maybe win this matchup with the BFT eventually, or maybe looking to win that matchup right now off the offense he's already dished out. We got a count of 2. He might have him. No, and Cena kicks out at 2.5. LA Knight get a little frustrated, but come on, LA Knight, you got to know they call him Big Match John for a reason. You think any of those moves might do it? Well, hell, that move might do it. Blunt force trauma, center of the ring, the cover, and a kick out at 2.9. Now, LA, now you have every right to be frustrated. You gave John Cena, you hit him with your best shot. No pun intended there, but Falcon Arrow, corkscrew leg takedown by LA Knight right there on a reversal. John Cena trying his hardest to gain some offense, but every time he does, LA Knight back to, just kind of shut it down. But John Cena right here trying to weather the storm with a belly-to-belly suplex there. And every time he's trying to get that offense, here's LA Knight, like I said, just breaking it down and withering and trying to weather John Cena down. And John Cena, look at this, going old school here with this bear hug. But LA Knight having none of it, fighting back, elbows to the neck and the side of the skull of Cena. Cena looking to try to put him away here, but oh my God, good reversal DDT by John Cena out of nowhere. That revolutionary move, once revolutionized by the one and only Jake the Snake Roberts. Now you kind of see that move used by everybody, and I still think it's a tough move, even though over time people have learned to, been used to getting hit with that, because everyone basically has the DDT, and off the top rope, 5-knuckle shuffle, a 1, a 2, and only a 2 count. LA Knight kicks the shoulder up. Now John Cena stalking him. LA Knight trying to get out the ring, but John Cena stalking him, like I said. Shot to the face. Oh my God, what does he have here? Oh my God, that backbreaker! Oh my God, on the side of the ring. Oh God, that could literally break your back. There's very little pad and support there. I mean, hell, the ring really has any support. There's really no padding, just the canvas is, basically the softening of the blow of the wooden pad that is under the wooden floor that's underneath the ring. So when you go down there in the apron, it gets even more or less supportive. But John Cena joined for the STFU, but kicked out, or able to withstand the punch of the kick out, is LA Knight. Spinning neck breaker. Spinning neck breaker. And LA Knight stalking him. Have Cena right where he wants him. Cena could be in a whole lot of heap of trouble here. Oh, Cena, I think LA Knight was going for some sort of, probably going for another BFT, but John Cena really with the comeback. John Cena, can he complete it? Yes! Vintage Cena here in Detroit, Michigan. The 5 moves of doom for Cena, putting LA Knight in a very peculiar spot he doesn't want to be in. 5-knuckle shuffle connects. Cena stalking him. Cena hoists him up. Can he get it? Yeah! Attitude adjustment. Uh-oh, does it go for the pin? Rolls him through. The power and strength of Cena, even at his late stages of his career, for the 2nd consecutive AA, the cover. Got him. Cena retains and advances to the King of the Ring tournament.
Here's your winner, and still WWE United States Champion, the greatest of all time, John Cena!
And John Cena showing you just why he is indeed considered the greatest of all time, thwarting off a hell of an opponent in LA Knight to retain and advance to the King of the Ring tournament. Congratulations to the greatest of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have Tiffany Stratton going one-on-one with Liv Morgan. But let's take a look at how Tiffany Stratton qualified for the Queen of the Ring tournament. As you see down in NXT, she went one-on-one with Thea Hale. Thea Hale gave it a valiant effort, but unfortunately, she was just quietly no match for Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton will get the upper hand here and win it with that corkscrew splash onto Thea Hale for the 1, the 2, and the 3, giving her the win, and ultimately would be the way she would book herself into tonight's matchup against the one and only Liv Morgan. That match coming to you right now. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, for match number 2 as the action continues to roll on through here in Detroit, Michigan.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
We just finished watching a highly contested contest between John Cena and LA Knight. for the United States Championship and also a spot to advance in the King of the Ring tournament. We are picking things back up here in the women's division of the Queen of the Ring tournament as Liv Morgan looked to take on her opponent here tonight. The young upstart, up-and-coming talent, very brash and yet very cocky, Tiffany Stratton. Paparazzi out in full effect as Tiffany makes her way down the aisle.
From Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
Boos raining here from the Detroit crowd. Minneapolis not too far from Michigan. You thought maybe she'd get some fan support, but to no avail here tonight. They just don't like this young lady. I mean, I get it, the cockiness, the theme song, the paparazzi effect. She's all about her. She said it's Tiffy time. But hey, who knows, is it Tiffy time tonight? Or is it going to be Liv Morgan time here tonight? These two ladies, not their first time facing off against one another. Not first time in a one-on-one match, but not the first time they've competed against one another. Cast your minds back. What seems like months ago at Money in the Bank, they participated in that match. Ultimately, Asuka would win the briefcase, and she is your, women's Money in the Bank match winner this year, but has been taken out by mass assailants. So we haven't seen Asuka. Actually, I take it back. Asuka came back to defend her friend last week, a returning Kairi Sane against the attacks and distractions of Damage Control. But yeah, anyways, let's get back to the action at hand as Liv Morgan is taking it straight to the young up-and-coming Tiffany Stratton. And Tiffany Stratton here in some trouble early on. Look at off the rope into the Gurren kick off the side of the face and head of Tiffany Stratton. Good offensive move right there by Liv Morgan here. Got the upper hand in this matchup early on here, taking it straight to Tiffany, but Tiffany fighting back. Not gonna let the more experienced competitor intimidate her. Tiffany's very cocky, very brash, but very talented. As you can see, look at this combination strike to the clothesline to finish off that great combination by Tiffany Stratton. What is she doing? Looks to go up top, looking to fly. And a beautiful moonsault, Jeff Hardy style, right there. Swanton bomb, the cover 2, 3, oh no. And you can see the frustrations on Tiffany. She thought maybe that Swanton bomb be enough to put Liv Morgan away, but as of right now, it is not. Swings with the Wiley with the right, mistimes it, but able to add offense again. All the kicks to the midsection from the corner by Tiffany on a Liv, and Liv is crawling, trying to get away, trying to get a break, create some space right there, roll up, schoolboy version of cover 1, and only a 1 count. I don't think Liv was going for an actual pin. She's just trying to get some separation, trying to stop the momentum of Tiffany, and now you see those chops and flurries right there. Oblivion! Oblivion on a Tiffany straight out of nowhere. And then again, don't do my eyes deceive me. Is that back-to-back Oblivion? Liv into the cover. Tiffany in perfect position. But it doesn't matter because Tiffany Stratton kicks out at 2.9. Much of the approval of this crowd, they're cheering Fight Forever and Liv. Setting her up, looking for Oblivion up the ropes, but Tiffany had that scouted right there, and Tiffany able to dodge a bullet, a third Oblivion this early on, might have put this match away, and this time, the right hook lives, the right hook connect, corkscrew boots on, cover, ball game, and no! Liv Morgan barely gets the shoulder up at about 2.9 her damn self. And women wrestling chants starting to engulf this arena here in Detroit, Michigan. And Tiffany looking to put away the veteran. And Liv Morgan looking for a scoop slam, reverse, took the back. Liv Morgan on Tiffany, but Tiffany able to counter, Liv's counter. These two jockey for position, but ultimately Tiffany gets it. Snake eyes, tossing Liv's face and neck onto the ropes, but she kicks out again. And Tiffany is wondering what does she have to do to put away Liv Morgan to advance to the Queen of the Ring tournament. Winner of this advance to the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken. It's a smaller bracket than the men's King of the Ring tournament bracket. A lot more superstars and competitors than that one, where it's a little bit less for the women, mainly just because a lot of other women that you would want to see in this tournament bracket is involved in other things. You got the women's champion already, the SmackDown champion Rhea Ripley, the Raw women's champion in Bayley, Becky Lynch are gonna face off at King and Queen of the Ring for that title. And a code breaker from Liv Morgan on to Tiffany right here at ringside. We're at a count of 6 and 7 here, no pun intended. Liv getting her back in at a count of 8, rolls her back in, stalking her. Tiffany in trouble. Oblivion for the 3rd time in this matchup. Liv Morgan, one more time, might not be needed. Center of the ring, cover, 2, got her. And Liv Morgan outlasts Tiffany in this one to advance to the quarterfinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. As Liv Morgan celebrates, let's take a look at the updated bracket. As you can see, the Queen of the Ring tournament bracket has been fleshed out. All to fight for the opportunity to become the first inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. As you see, Liv Morgan is the first to advance to the quarterfinals to be able to bring home that beautiful, gorgeous belt. Congratulations to Liv Morgan. We are back here after 2 great round 1 matchups for the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, both for titles. Obviously, the men's is for the newly minted World Heavyweight Championship, and that is what this man is competing for here tonight, as he gets a round of applause here in Detroit, Michigan for the returning Wade Barrett.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Preston, England, weighing in at 246 pounds, Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett returned to in-ring competition for specifically this tournament. He was a former Intercontinental Champion. People consider him a legend in the industry. He cut his career short, retiring, going to the booth and being a full-time commentator, but getting the opportunities such as Booker T and Batista, who, just like Wade Barrett, Batista qualified for this tournament, former world champion. Wade Barrett never been a world champion, but looking for the opportunity to advance here tonight to become a first-time world heavyweight champion, but he's got no easy task in front of him.
From Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
As Mike Rome has just announced, in his way, it's in the name, Big Bronson Reed, a massive individual, former NXT North American champion, dominated the ranks down to NXT, never quite won the big one, but dominated nonetheless before being drafted over here to Raw and qualifying to be in this matchup, as he's trying to show people that his name, Big Bronson Reed, doesn't just stand for his size and strength, but also stands for the plans he has to become World Heavyweight Champion in his early on in his career. And you hear the crowd here in Detroit, Michigan mocking Bronson Reed with those NXT champs. They continue as the bell sounds, and here we go. Off the rip, Bronson Reed taking it right to Wade Barrett. And oh my God, military press slam. Shades of the Ultimate Warrior. That's how much strength this young man has. Referee Chad Patton calling this one here. And Bronson Reed going to the top rope. Trying to show the athletic ability that he has. For a man of his size to move and jump the way he does is damn near unmatched here. I would say strength like Mark Henry, but no man has as much strength as the world's strongest man. But the size and the sheer power of Bronson Reed, sort of in that ballpark, but with the agility of a man like an HBK for his size is uncanny. And it's hard to game plan. Wade Barrett might be in a whole heap of trouble here as Bronson Reed has him elevated on the top turnbuckle. Was he looking for superplex? Holy shit! And the crowd here in Detroit, Michigan, appreciating that one. And the match is here heating up as we continue on into tonight's episode, the first episode of 2026. Happy New Year's to you and your family at home as we bring you the action here live on YouTube. The cover, two, we got some. No, Wade Barrett kicks out at 2.5. Wade Barrett, obviously the veteran, older statesman who's been out of the game for quite some time before making his return, like I said earlier, when this tournament arose. But he's not taking no backward step again. Bronson Reed went for a big move off the top rope, no water in the pool, and Wade Barrett looking to gain some offense here and show this young man why he was a former leader of the Nexus, the man that almost changed the game of that era. Unfortunately, he went up against the, the man, Big Max John Cena. And, after the Nexus lost to Cena and the crew, Wade Barrett's career kind of drifted off into Neverland, and still a very good competitor, but just never reached the heights it once did when him and the X's took over years ago right here on Raw, back when some of you were probably just little babies, or maybe even not even born yet, or maybe you're someone around my age and you got to watch that live in action like I did once ago. But Wade Barrett trying to maybe rewrite his career. A lot of people have thought he took he ended his career short and could still compete at a high level, and he's proven it right now so far in these two returning matchups, qualifying for King of the Ring tournament. Wait, here it goes into a cover here. One, and a kick out early at one. Just trying to test to see where he's at, where Bronson's level will is. And oh my God, Wade Barrett taking the time to show love to the crowd. Might have cost him here as Bronson Reed ducks underneath, looking to take full advantage. But Wade Barrett, the veteran, finding a way to up his momentum. Right back at a side slam right there, perfectly executed by Barrett. And Barrett going to the corner. What does he have here? He's loading up the right arm. We know! Bull hammer elbow to the cover, to the ring to advance to round two. No! And the frustration's melting. That's not too many people have been able to get hit with one and kick out, but not many got hit with two that live to tell the story about it. And you know that Bronson Reed had it scouted this time. Oh my God! And just dumped him on his neck. Referee Chad Patton took a second to not call a pin cover. I think he was in shock and disbelief and worry for Wade Barrett, who somehow gets out. Maybe that second, half a second, maybe 2 seconds of hesitation by Chad Patton might have been all that Wade Barrett needed to kick out, but I don't even know how Wade Barrett's still here. He must have a concussion. I know backstage in Gorilla, they might have medical staff on watch after that move. And Bronson Reed is not at all taking a backward step. He's coming forward, but Wade Barrett rolls out the ring to get back in, shaking the cobwebs out, but still slow. Bronson, the faster opponent right now, and on clothesline. Good Lord. Clothesline viciously hit on to Bronson Reed. And oh my God, Bronson Reed, kind of like a wasteland senton combination. The cover here. Oh my goodness, you thought right there Bronson Reed had him, and so did he. Let's see the frustration building up on Bronson Reed, but he's not letting up. Waking up Barrett, so we can give him a right, another right, and a third right uppercut. But it looks to have fired up Wade Barrett momentarily, but right now Bronson Reed is trying to stop Wade Barrett from trying to gain momentum back. And Wade Barrett slugging back with Bronson Reed. He's telling him, come on, hit me in the face. Wade tells him, you bring it on. And Reed obliges, and here we go. These two trading blows, center of the ring here. Who's gonna grab the upper hand, could maybe steal this match. And Wade Barrett comes out of that slugfest, standing tall, and now looking to mount a comeback here. Wade Barrett ahead of Steve, full speed, oh no, war in the pool. Missed with the forearm splash. And he might have just cost himself all that momentum he was gaining. And look out, oh, Wasteland, senton combination connects for the second time in this matchup. And this could spell the end for Wade Barrett as the big man climbs up, looking for Tsunami, the cover. And Bronson Reed has won and will advance to the King of the Ring tournament. Bronson Reed just showed you why he is a future star in his business. Wade Barrett gave it a valiant effort, but it was not enough to defeat the big man, Bronson Reed. Ladies and gentlemen, as we take a look at the King of the Ring bracket, Bronson Reed wins and is the second participant to advance into the King of the Ring tournament. We saw John Cena kick off the show, successfully defending his United States Championship against LA Knight, and headed himself to the second round of the King of the Ring tournament. He's in the quest for record-setting 17-time world champion that would break the tie between him and the one and only Ric Flair. But Bronson Reed is also looking to become the inaugural champion for the first time in his illustrious career. Will these two face off in the King of the Ring tournament? Only time will tell. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event of the evening. What an opportunity for revenge for these two men that, just like Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton's been put on the shelf, Sami and Kevin Owens before these two men that have been haunted by the attacks, the distractions, the interferences by the bloodline, more importantly, the Usos and their younger brother Solo Sikoa, to the point last week we saw Jay and Montez go after it. We also saw Solo take out Angelo Dawkins a few weeks prior. Montez Ford was basically screwed out of an opportunity to become the United States champion against John Cena by these guys, by the Usos, to the point where Adam Pearce said enough's enough. Roman Reigns might be untouchable, but Solo and the Usos are not. He has banned Solo Sikoa from this match. Any interference from him or Paul Heyman will immediately result in a disqualification and a title stripping of the only title the Usos possess as a Raw Tag Team Championships. The Usos, if they do anything to get disqualified, they will be stripped for these belts. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It's put up or shut up time here in 2026 for the Usos. How fitting is it? Day one Raw, and here comes the brothers since day one, the Usos, the current Raw Tag Team Champions, are all business here tonight. Jey Uso and Jimmy coming out here not in their usual moods, and I can't blame them. Word backstage is these two, Paul Heyman and Solo, were very unhappy and upset at Adam Pearce. They feel like they've been targeted. They feel like they've been trying to put in a position to fail. And honestly, it's about damn time. The Usos' tactics, their antics with Roman and Solo is over. We're getting an inaugural World Heavyweight Champion, making Roman when that title is introduced, he will no longer be a double champion. The Usos losing to Sami and Matt Riddle at Backlash took away those titles. It is time to get back to even level playing field here tonight. Adam Pearce said it starts tonight, day 1 of 2026.
Is a tag team match set for one fall, and it's for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 492 pounds, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits. And their opponents at a combined weight of 493 pounds, the Raw Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
Mixed crowd reaction for the Usos. Always, you know, they're involved with the bloodline, obviously because the family ties. The Roman Reigns, their cousin, their little brother Solo. These two were fan favorites until they aligned themselves with Roman Reigns. But there are people in the crowd that mess with the Usos and Roman Reigns, and they pledge themselves to Roman being the tribal chief since day 1. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event, the last match of a great, exciting night, and it's going to end off with a bang. The Usos, like I said, put up or shut up time. No more interferences by Solo. It will result in an automatic disqualification and stripping of the Raw Tag Team title belts. And if they get themselves disqualified on purpose, they'll be stripped of those belts. We're going to finally see how good the Usos are without help. Are they once what they used to be? Are they now just relying on the tactics, the interferences, and the distractions? Well, right now it looks that way. They look to be in all out of sorts as Montez taking it right to Jay. A guy that is very, oh my God, compared similar to Jay in terms of their charisma, their swagger. Obviously, Montez more athletic, more of a high flyer than Montez more of a high flyer and more athletic than Jey Uso, but they kind of have similar styles in some regards. Maybe one day, one, if not both of these guys can be main event players. A lot of people have picked Montez Ford to be a main event superstar, future WWE champion in his business. But right now, I think he's only worried about becoming a one-time tag team champion with his partner, Montez. But all the momentum just got kicked out right in his face with that super kick by Jey Uso, and those moves are able, oh my God, crippling, and can take in the match right there. Stereo super kicks by Jimmy and Jay as he tagged in his brother Jimmy, now in the fray, the older brother by only a couple minutes of these twins. At one point you couldn't tell them apart, now you can tell the difference. They just grown into their own individual people, and they become dominant tag teams because of that. Not doing the traditional way anymore. Being themselves has earned them the right, or earned them the rights to be those dominant tag team that they've become. And now they're looking to isolate Montez. This is not what you want if you're Montez Ford or Angelo Dawkins. One of you just being isolated in the corner. Great tag team prowess by these multiple-time tag team champions in the Usos. And Jay again, the kick to the midsection, or sorry, the back. That's gonna wear him down. It's gonna halt some of those athletic and high-flying moves that Montez Ford likes to do that he has in his arsenal. And you can see right there again, throwing him into the corner, trying to keep him isolated. But Montez with the elbow, and now a drop kick, trying to get himself back the momentum to get back to Angelo Dawkins, or to keep from being isolated. Sends Jay into the corner, and there's the tag as Montez finally able to get in his tag team partner. And look at this. Taunting him a little bit. Does he do? Jay gets caught up in the ropes. And look at this tag team move by Angelo Dawkins and Montez. Beautifully executed as the big guy is in the matchup right now that this man can make the big difference. To combine, Usos and Jay are bigger than him, but not individually. This guy right here can change the match on his own. Maybe if they had Solo Sikoa, he can maybe, match up with the size and strength of Angelo Dawkins, but right now they don't have that, and he just throws Jay over the top rope, crashing and burning Jay, landing. I hope he didn't land head first, but he might have near ringside right by the barricade. Referee count of 1 only. Get back into the ring. Angelo Dawkins now. What is he looking to do here? The power. Look at that. Oh, suplex. Right there, kind of like a bear hug suplex. And now the big man getting some head of steam, looking for a splash. But Jey Uso rolled out the way. And now Jay looking to isolate Angelo. He tags in Jimmy now. And look at they about to do stereo super kicks again. Have another one. Do the Usos say to want each of Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford here. And oh, the kicks are still coming in from Jimmy now. This is why these guys have been a dominant tag team. They know how to isolate an opponent. And let's be honest, since they've joined Roman and they turned up the aggression, the ruthless aggression, they have been a most dominating force in the tag team division. A bit of the chink of the armor was, broken when they lost those tag titles to Sammy and Riddle at Backlash. Oh my God, another suplex, German style this time. I'm not sorry, not German. Butterfly suplex this time by Angelo Dawkins. And now a powerbomb. Recover. 2-0. I think Jimmy kicked out right before Jake could break up the pinfall. But Angelo Dawkins now sending in Jimmy. And there's the tag, as you can see. Now, the Street Profits getting their tag team double teams in. Oh, great tag team prowess by these two. And the crowd is feeding into the Street Profits. And oh, Jimmy wisely jumps and makes a tag. Oh, but Montez with the whip for a flying knee. Look like only clipped J&J with the toss-up neck breaker into the cover. 1, 2, we got him. No, Montez kicks out. Angelo Dawkins wants to go make a tag, the save. They got speared out of his boots by Jay out of nowhere. And then a super kick for his troubles. And it looks like Jay has tapped into that aggression. Montez trying to take out Jimmy. Does so and now takes out Jay with a lariat. Jay rolls to the outside. And look at Montez using the crowd to feed it too. And look at him fly. And he connects onto Jey Uso. That's what I was talking about earlier. The athleticism, the aerial offense by Montez. Barely can be matched by too many superstars in the business today. Jimmy looking to do something, does it, and Jay gets hit with the frog splash. 5-star for the win, no! Shades of RVD by Montez. And the crowd in Detroit loving the main event. I hope you at home are loving the main event. Let me know who you got in this one at the bottom of the comment section. Montez went for that splash. Jay got the knees up. Sorry, I'm a little out of sorts. The action's getting a little fast-paced, and I'm getting excited as this crowd here in Detroit. Uh-oh. Jimmy stalking him. Jimmy, what do you have? Oh, thought they were going for 1D, but instead they go for a alley-oop Samoan drop. Shades of most of their ancestors. No disrespect, I'm just saying, paying homage there. And oh, now Jimmy trying to stop Montez's momentum and speed right there. Count up to 4. And now if you're the Usos, you can not win the match on a count out, but you wouldn't get stripped of your titles, and you would keep the titles if you did get counted out. But they're looking to take it to the Street Profits, trying to prove to Roman, who I'm hearing through the grapevine having some doubts about his cousins and their focus. They're both involved, and that's why they're upset about tonight. Next week, or their episode of SmackDown, Jimmy will go one-on-one with Batista in round 1, and Jimmy is supposed to take on, believe, I don't know, he's taking on Kofi Kingston in the next matchup, so their focus is not really in the tag team division, and Roman's been upset with them for even competing into this King of the Ring tournament. And now look at this, a big time move by Angelo Dawkins, and Jay out of nowhere breaks it up. I think that might have been curtains for the Usos. But there's rumblings that Roman is not happy with his cousins. He thinks they're distracted with the fame and now the King of the Ring tournament. Who knows? But right now they're trying to prove him wrong here. But right now Jimmy is in a peculiar position as Angelo Dawkins got him on the top row. Uh-oh. Can he hit it? We've seen it before this time earlier tonight. And now another top row back suplex. Doesn't go for the cover. The crowd loves it here. A lot of moves being put on display here. And now look at, maybe as you see Solo, wait a minute! Solo Sikoa looking on. Oh my God, Cody! Referee didn't see it, took out Jay off the apron, the cover. Oh my God, we've seen it and done it! The Street Profits have done it! And the Usos have been dethroned of the Raw Tag Team Champions!
Tag Team Champions, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
Cody Rhodes paying a huge assist, taking off Jay. The stipulation was Solo couldn't interfere. They didn't say nothing about Cody. And he gives the assist to the Street Profits. And with that, the Street Profits are now the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Solo Sikoa is livid, looking for Cody, but he's nowhere to be found. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody one-ups the Bloodline. Good night, everybody. From me to you, Happy New Year.